15 things a man will do only if he really loves you. Have you ever wondered how to tell if the man you're with truly loves you? It's not always the grand, romantic gestures that reveal his true feelings. Often, it's the subtle, everyday actions that speak louder than words, leaving you to question if his love is real. But what if those hidden signs are right in front of you, woven into his daily behaviors? In this video, we're breaking down 15 things a man will only do if he truly loves you. Whether you're in a new relationship or have been together for years, these key signs will give you a clearer understanding of his emotions. We're not just focusing on the obvious acts of love, but on those thoughtful, sometimes understated gestures that show he truly values and cherishes you. Does he stand by you during tough times? Does he quietly make plans for a future with you, even without saying it outright? These small actions often show the difference between true love and something fleeting. By the end of this video, you'll be able to recognize these signs and know if his feelings are genuine. Ready to discover the 15 things a man will only do if he really loves you? Let's dive in. But before we begin, welcome to another video from PSY Insight YouTube channel. If you're new here, don't forget to subscribe for more social psychology videos. Now, let's get into it. 1. He listens to you. When a man truly loves you, listening becomes more than just hearing words. He engages deeply in conversations, not just nodding or giving surface-level responses, but truly trying to understand your emotions, thoughts, and concerns. Has he ever remembered the smallest details from a conversation weeks later? That's because, to him, what you say matters. He listens to your fears, your dreams, and your frustrations without judgment. This kind of attentiveness is rare and goes beyond just being polite. It's a reflection of his love and respect for you. Does he lean in, maintain eye contact, and ask follow-up questions? This isn't just because he's trying to be nice, it's because he's genuinely invested in you. A man who listens actively is a man who cares about what makes you. Do you feel truly heard and understood when you talk to him? If so, it's likely because he sees you as more than just a partner. He sees you as someone whose voice deserves to be heard. 2. He makes sacrifices for you. Love requires compromise, and a man in love won't hesitate to make sacrifices for your happiness. Have you noticed him giving up things he loves just to make you happy? Maybe it's as simple as choosing your favorite restaurant over his or rearranging his schedule so he can spend more time with you. These sacrifices may seem small, but they show how much he values your relationship. More significant sacrifices, like changing jobs, moving, or adjusting life plans, reveal even deeper devotion. Does he willingly make adjustments to his life for your sake? If a man is truly in love, your happiness becomes intertwined with his, and seeing you happy feels like a reward in itself. How far has he gone to ensure your happiness? These sacrifices aren't about obligation but about genuine love and care. Have you ever realized how much he does behind the scenes just to make things work? If so, it's because he's putting your relationship above all else. 3. He supports your goals. When a man loves you, your goals become just as important to him as his own. He'll push you to chase your dreams, even when you doubt yourself. Does he encourage you to take that extra step in your career or pursue a passion project that you've been hesitant about? His belief in you isn't just about making you feel good, it's about genuinely wanting to see you succeed. How many times has he been your biggest cheerleader when you've doubted yourself? He doesn't just tell you to go for it. He actively supports you, offering advice, resources, or even just a listening ear. Have you ever felt like he's as invested in your dreams as you are? That's because his love for you means that your success is his success too. When you achieve your goals, he celebrates just as much, if not more, because seeing you thrive brings him joy. Does he push you when you feel like giving up? That's love in action. 4. He puts in the effort to keep the relationship strong. Relationships require consistent effort, and a man who truly loves you won't let complacency settle in. Have you ever noticed him planning surprise dates, taking the time to have deep conversations, or even working through tough issues with you? These aren't just random acts. They're signs that he's invested in keeping the relationship alive and thriving. Does he show up for you emotionally and physically even when life gets busy? Effort doesn't always mean grand gestures. It can be as simple as taking time out of his day to check in with you or actively working through challenges rather than avoiding them. Does he consistently try to find ways to make you smile or feel appreciated? The fact that he's willing to put in the effort even when things aren't perfect shows that he's in this for the long haul. Does he go out of his way to make the relationship work, even when it's tough? 5. He shows respect. Respect is the foundation of any healthy relationship, and when a man loves you, he'll respect your boundaries, opinions, and individuality. Does he treat you as an equal partner, valuing your thoughts and ideas? True respect means he acknowledges your independence while still being deeply connected. Has he ever supported your decisions even when they didn't align with his preferences? That's because he respects your autonomy. Respect in a relationship isn't just about the big things, it's also about the small moments, like listening without interrupting or respecting your need for space when you're overwhelmed. Do you feel honored and cherished in your relationship? Respect is about creating a space where you feel safe to be yourself without fear of judgment. Does he make you feel like your voice matters in every decision? If so, it's because he genuinely sees you as his equal and wants to build a partnership based on mutual respect. 6. He's willing to be vulnerable. Men are often taught to hide their emotions, but when a man truly loves you, he'll let his guard down. Has he ever opened up to you about his fears, insecurities, or past experiences? Sharing vulnerability is a sign of deep trust and connection. Being emotionally open isn't easy for everyone, especially for men who may feel pressure to always be strong. But if he's willing to let you see the softer, more vulnerable side of him, it's because he trusts you deeply. Do you feel like you've seen a side of him that no one else has? Vulnerability is a sign of intimacy, and when he lets you in, it's because he values the emotional connection you share. Have you noticed him sharing his dreams and fears, even when they're hard to admit? That's because love creates a safe space for openness. If he's being vulnerable with you, it's because he sees you as his emotional anchor. 7. He makes you feel safe. Love isn't just about grand romantic gestures, it's also about creating a space where you feel emotionally and physically safe. Does your partner make you feel protected? Not just from external threats but also from emotional harm? Safety in a relationship means being able to express your feelings and concerns without fear of judgment or backlash. Has he ever been there for you in moments of emotional distress, offering comfort and understanding? Feeling safe with someone goes beyond physical protection. It's about emotional security too. Does he make you feel like you can be your true self, without any masks or pretenses? If you feel like you can be vulnerable and honest with him, it's because he's created an environment of trust and safety. Have you ever thought about how secure you feel in his presence? This sense of security is a key sign that he truly loves you. 8. He defends you. A man who truly loves you will never hesitate to stand up for you, whether it's in social situations, at work, or even with family. Have you ever noticed him defending you, even when it might be easier to stay quiet? He won't tolerate anyone speaking ill of you or putting you down. This isn't just about physical protection but also emotional and social defense. Does he step in when someone crosses a line or treats you unfairly? A man in love feels a strong urge to protect your dignity and respect. It's not about being overprotective or controlling. It's about ensuring you feel valued and safe in every aspect of your life. Have you felt that sense of security? Knowing he'll always have your back, no matter what. His willingness to defend you, even in uncomfortable situations, is a sure sign that his love is deep and genuine. How often has he stood up for you when you couldn't, showing his unwavering support? 9. He's proud of you. When a man truly loves you, he won't shy away from showing how proud he is of your achievements. Does he talk about your successes to his friends or family? He's genuinely thrilled to see you succeed and doesn't feel threatened by your accomplishments. Whether it's a work promotion, a personal milestone, or even just mastering a new hobby, he'll be there to cheer you on. Have you ever caught him bragging about you, even when you weren't around? This isn't about boosting his ego, it's about showing the world that he's proud to have you by his side. Does he celebrate your victories, big or small, with genuine enthusiasm? A man who loves you sees your success as something to cherish, not compete with. Have you noticed how excited he gets about your achievements? It's a clear sign that his love for you runs deep, as he sees your success as a reflection of the amazing person you are. 10. He apologizes when he's wrong. No one is perfect, but a man who truly loves you will own up to his mistakes and apologize sincerely. Does he admit when he's wrong, even when it's difficult? Apologizing requires humility and emotional maturity, two traits that a man in love will develop to maintain a strong relationship. He doesn't let his pride get in the way of the connection you share. Have you noticed him putting effort into understanding your perspective during disagreements? This is because he values your feelings more than being right. Does he try to make amends when he's hurt you, even unintentionally? A man who loves you will work to restore harmony, because your happiness is more important than winning an argument. How often has he come back to apologize and make things right after a disagreement? If he's willing to admit his faults and grow from them, it's a sign that his love is genuine and long-lasting. 11. He prioritizes your happiness. True love is about wanting the other person to be happy, even when it requires personal sacrifice. Does he go out of his way to make sure you're smiling, even on your toughest days? A man in love will take the time to learn what makes you happy and will do his best to provide it. Whether it's small gestures like picking up your favorite snack or larger efforts like planning a trip you've always wanted. Have you ever realized how often he puts your needs and desires before his own? It's not because he feels obligated, but because your happiness is tied to his own. He finds joy in seeing you happy, and that's something special. Do you ever feel like he's constantly thinking about what will bring you joy? This selfless prioritization of your happiness is a clear indication that his love for you is both deep and sincere. 12. He's honest, even when it's hard. Honesty can be difficult, especially when it involves tough conversations or addressing issues in the relationship. However, a man who loves you won't shy away from being truthful, even when it's uncomfortable. Have you noticed that he's straightforward with you, even when it might cause tension? He respects you too much to lie or sugarcoat things. His love drives him to be transparent, because he knows that trust is the foundation of a strong relationship. Does he have the courage to tell you the truth, even when it's hard to hear? This honesty isn't about being blunt or hurtful, it's about being real with you because he values the connection you share. Have you ever appreciated his honesty, even in moments when you disagreed? A man who loves you will prioritize truth over avoiding conflict, knowing that honesty will strengthen the bond you have. 13. He makes you feel special. When a man loves you, he doesn't treat you like just anyone else, he makes you feel uniquely special. Do you notice how he goes out of his way to show you how important you are to him? Whether it's through little surprises, compliments, or thoughtful gestures, he'll constantly remind you of how much you mean to him. Have you ever felt like no one else in the room matters when you're with him? That's because, in his eyes, you are truly one of a kind. He'll show appreciation for all the small things that make you who you are. Does he make you feel like you're the most important person in his life? A man who is truly in love will treat you with the kind of care that leaves no doubt about how deeply he feels for you. Have you ever noticed how he lights up when he's around you, like you're his whole world? 14. He talks about a future together. A man who truly loves you won't hesitate to include you in his future plans. Have you ever noticed him talking about we instead of I when discussing future goals or dreams? He envisions a life where you're both growing and building together. From discussing future vacations to sharing long-term life plans like moving in together or even starting a family, he wants you to know that he sees you as part of his future. Does he talk about where he sees you both in the next few years? This isn't just idle chatter, these are meaningful signs that he's committed to building a life with you. Have you ever felt reassured by the way he includes you in his future plans? His vision for the future is incomplete without you, and that's a strong indicator of just how deeply he loves you. 15. He stays during tough times. Love isn't just about the good times, it's about staying by each other's side when things get hard. Has he stood by you during challenging times, offering support and comfort when you needed it most? When a man truly loves you, he won't run at the first sign of trouble. Instead, he'll be there, helping you navigate through the storm. Does he make you feel like you can rely on him, no matter what life throws your way? His love is steady, not fleeting, and he'll prove it by being there when it really matters. Have you ever realized how much he's been there for you during tough moments, offering not just emotional support but also practical help? His commitment to staying through the rough patches shows that he sees your relationship as something worth fighting for. A man who loves you deeply won't leave when the going gets tough, he'll hold on tighter.